In my mind, in my process, no, there was never a sense of walking away. In my mind, in my process, no, there was never a sense of walking away, because the problem I was trying to solve is and was the same problem. But it's doing it in a way that's more research-driven, more highly scalable. But did I miss, did it feel like a sacrifice to have to not be so public-facing? Basically I had to spend 3 years behind a computer working with engineers to bring this to life, and that was hard. Like, the life I was living before building this company was totally different. It was really hyper creative, very focused on communication, whether that was writing books or speaking or facilitating events, and lots of travel. And my journey to build inTruth has been very different to that. So I have had to question, and I've wondered throughout my process, at what point do maybe these worlds come back together and start to blend and merge and actually become something more powerful than either of these things independently. And I feel like that's happening now, which is something that I'm very excited about. And that was always the hope, that we would, success is not guaranteed when you're building a startup. So my thought process was, if I am to be successful in this, and I'm really able to bring this to life, and really make this real, my hope would be that I can use those skills in communication to evangelize this in the world, and actually have a lot of what I was talking about on stages when I was talking about the philosophical ideas I put forward in Love Out Loud, and also in my second book, Legacy Disorder, and now actually backed up by a field of research, by true data. To me, it positions my whole legacy from something that is kind of self-development to something that can actually steer and drive global systems. And, there was no sacrifice too great, in my opinion, to actually be able to accomplish that. Because I say it with respect, but I don't think the world needs more talking heads. I think we need real solutions that actually change the world 1,000 years from now. I would have to leave that to you guys to let me know. I don't know. I think, this definitely, it's a hard journey, so it changes you in that sense. But, I'm still the same person in most ways. I think also, I've grown up building all of this. So there are inevitable changes that happen. I was writing Love Out Loud when I was 25. I'm now 32. I think in general you change a lot in those years. A lot's happened. And has that influenced the way that I lead? For sure. There was a naivety that I had that I think probably isn't there like it used to be. I think technology is amazing as long as it is as long as it's anchored in real world application with real people. And I built this to solve the problems that I saw existing within our community, that I treated that community as a subset of what we were going through as a world more broadly, because it was such a diverse community and is such a diverse community with thousands of people from all different walks of life, all different ages. I mean, the oldest person we had at one of our retreats was about 80. We've had someone at our event who was in their mid-90s, and the youngest was 15, 16 as an actual participant in our retreat. One of the retreats I ran a couple of years ago, we actually allowed parents to bring their kids, and we had young kids in that experience. So I think it's rare that you have communities that have that level of diversity, from age to location in the world, so cultural background, even socioeconomics. There's quite a broad kind of range, and I take that seriously because I want to understand the way that our ideas are actually impacting people. This isn't just, a mission that we're doing in vain. This is really about change and impact. So having an active community that supports us I think is crucial if we want to actually achieve our bigger vision. We can't do it alone as a a startup team working in silos. Yeah, my message to anyone that's maybe kind of tracked, because it's not like I completely went off all socials, right? But tracked my journey. I'm sure that there's people that look at it and think like, they have some judgments around maybe how I used to work, which was very hands-on, human, on the ground in communities, to then moving to San Francisco and pursuing tech. I can imagine that to an ignorant mind, that might seem like a massive contradiction. Or, I think a lot of people have a lot of hesitation around biotechnologies and artificial intelligence, and maybe at one point saw me as a champion for the human and are now seeing me talk about artificial intelligence. But what I would just want to put forward is we need people that are human-centric, and we need people that are emotionally intelligent working in these fields, because whether we like it or not, these fields are the most defining to our future and our societal systems. And so I don't believe in having this kind of major us and them mentality, especially when it comes to this. I want to see more artists. I want to see more humanitarians working in the tech space and actually asking the questions that maybe people in tech haven't historically asked, because it will influence the way that these technologies are designed. And I think that is one of the most important things we could be doing. I mean, this is not about me, and it shouldn't be about you anymore at this point. We're coming into an era where super intelligence is real. It's scaling quickly. We're going to have, agentic AI really broadly adopted in the next couple of years, which means much of our artificial intelligence is going to be operating our systems in one way or another. And I care about the way that happens. I care about the design questions that are being asked in some of these very influential rooms. And that's not something I could have achieved staying where I was professionally. I had to earn my way into those rooms. And that's what I've been focused on for the last 5 years.